Hey everybody, welcome back to Killed by Daylight. This is a video I didn't think I would ever make, yet happily, quite honestly, here we are. Today, April 15th, the DBD landscape was shaken to its core once again. The 5th anniversary chapter was officially announced. Chapter 20 will be Resident Evil. We don't know who or what will be the killer or survivor yet. That information will be revealed on the 5th anniversary stream, May 25th. A little bit of a sidebar, I will be reacting to that stream, or at least parts of that stream, so expect that maybe 2-hour long video. We'll see what they announce, if it's anything like really big, or if I just react to the trailer of God knows what. But the announcement today effectively killed a video that I've been working on for over a month now. The script was 50% done. I was thinking of what footage to record, and then that beautiful bastard Kote shows up on the RE showcase today to say that Chapter 20 will in fact be the Resident Evil chapter. That it's completely... I was not expecting that. I was half asleep on my couch watching it and being like, oh, that's neat. Netflix anime. That's a logo. That looks like a charm of a bit. Wait, is that the Groaning Store warehouse? Can't be. That's a hook. Oh shit. That's Dead by Daylight X Resident Evil. But I will have the final laugh and prove once and for all, I am a goddamned soothsayer. Today I'm going to be pulling back the curtain, something I've never done, ever. And I'm going to show you all the script for that said video. See up here, it was titled Discussions by Daylight, why Chapter 20 needs to be huge, and who it could be. It's basically saying that what the title says, the 5th anniversary chapter had to be bigger than the 4th anniversary chapter, just because that's how things go. You have to one-up yourself for these anniversary events, no matter who the dev is or what game you made. If it's a games as a service game, and you announce something huge for your last anniversary, you kind of gotta one-up it. And that's basically what this video was going to be, me going through a couple choices of like, alright, who will it be? Probably, who I thought it was probably gonna be at least. And then some other options. Because whoever it is going to be, has to be bigger than Pyramid Head in terms of not personality. I guess so. I guess they gotta be bigger than who Pyramid Head is, you know? Pyramid Head is such a mainstay of horror right now, like even outside of Silent Hill 2. I guess we can say that he was shoehorned into that one Silent Hill game. I don't remember. I didn't play it. I never. Homecoming. I believe it was Homecoming. He was in that. I remember that. Never played it, heard terrible things about it. I watched Super Best Friends play it. God damn, that's an awful game. Same thing with Downpour, he was an Easter egg at the end, but let's not talk about that psychological damage that it's caused on me and my entire lineage at this point. I feel like my great-great-grandkids will hear, oh yeah, Downpour, and just shudder at the mere sound of it. But back to the video, I guess. Basically, who would break the internet with his announcement? Because I woke up that day seeing Pyramid Head and Silent Hill trending on Twitter, and that's kind of how I found out about it. So let's go through this. I have my little preamble. This is weird. This feels weird. Look at my script that I do. Yeah, I do script certain things, mostly the discussions videos. That's about it. You can see over here the more planned videos. Ignore them. But I ramble on. Chapter 20 is be huge. We just got the trickster. It's never too late to start speculating. God damn it, I'm pretentious. Basically saying people are guessing Chapter 20 is a licensed chapter, and yeah, that's obviously going to be the case. Anniversary, big deal. Blah blah blah. Behavior announcing Pyramid Head was coming to the game. It's freaking huge, man, because Konami isn't known for sharing its toys. They'd rather see their toys turned into pinball and gacha machines rather than something actually good. That is absolutely true. Look up anything. Castlevania, Silent Hill, anything that Konami's property owns. they'd rather turn it into a pinball or gacha machine. I do say it's the reason why I finally decided to play, because I actually own, this is true, I actually owned the game for 2 years before actually playing it. Me and my brother got into this discussion while watching the RE thing of, yeah. I planned on playing Dead by Daylight in 2017, I believe. It was gonna be for the main channel for the Oktoberfest Spooktacular. Never happened. Never happened. I don't know why it never happened, but if it did, this channel might be having its like 4th anniversary by now, but hey, who knows? That's how license kills work, but look at all this fucking pretentious shit. I logged on Twitter that day, saw Pyramid and Silent Hill trending. You have to match that excitement with this year's anniversary because people would undoubtedly compare it to last year's. That is absolutely true, I feel like. I narrowed it down to 5 franchises that I think it could be. I say that. There's one that I'm like... There's one that I have on here, I'm just like, it's not gonna be that because the fan base is rabid, but I don't think it stretches in DVD. Who I legit thought it was who was gonna be? I thought for sure Candyman. Candyman has been rumored for like 17 years now. I think I was in high school when people were like, Candyman's coming to Dead by Daylight. You hear that shit? That's obviously a joke. If you don't know what jokes are, I can't help you, man. The reboot is currently scheduled to be released in August. That is factual. Still currently tentatively scheduled for end of August, I believe. Chapter 20 would release either June or July if they keep the new chapter every 3-month pattern. They seem to be doing that. I'm assuming Resident Evil chapter will be mid-June. The official anniversary date is June 14th. Again, mid-June. I don't see them changing it. We'll say chapter 20 will be around that time. Probably will be. Candyman releases in late June. In the game, that is. I probably should have. These are all just like loose notes at this point. That hypes up the movie release in August. Or I think this is very important because this might be the real, like, I'm a soothsayer. Or the movie comes out in August and chapter 21 comes out 3 months later in September with Candyman as the killer. I can see that either one happening as BHVR have done multiple licensed chapters in a row before, and one release hypes up the other. I feel like that's the next point, but it's very true. I mean, the original Candyman movie is a cult classic from the 90s. So releasing the new reboot first, and then adding him to DVD later would be the smart move because it gives players time to get familiar with the characters and the universe before they're in the game. Basically, encouraging players who don't know who Candyman is or what he's about. All I know he's about is bees. That's literally it. I think I've seen the original Candyman one time. It was a pretty dope flick, but that was like a decade and a half, almost 2 decades ago. Yeah, you give players, more specifically people, time to get accustomed to who the new killer is, who the new survivor might be, and what the new map might be. Again, can we get it? I have ideas. I'll get to them later. Yeah, basically that. I do say, it's not the first Clive Barker adaptation from 1992 that I would go after. That honor is Hellraiser series. Yes, that's true. Clive Barker had 2 movies come out in the same year that are cult classics. Candyman and Hellraiser. Pinhead this is false, I found out, but I never changed it. Pinhead is actually getting, not a remake, but a sequel. Late this year, early next year. Maybe sometime in this decade, he's getting another movie. By Clive Barker, I believe. It will not be produced by Jordan Peele. The great Jordan Peele. But this could open the door to an actual Clive Barker partnership. Maybe it could. Clive Barker sees like, hey, people are really digging my original character, my original creation. Maybe we can strike a deal. Kote is, as we have seen, ballsy enough to go to not only Konami, but also Capcom and be like, hey, can we have that? No, seriously, can we have that? DVD launched with Trapper, Wraith, Billy as base 3 killers. Nurse is the first DLC. The second DLC is Michael Goddamn Myers and Laurie Strode. Kote is that man who fucks around and then does find out. He called Stephen King up, was like, hey, can we have Pennywise? And Stephen King was like, no. And Kote was basically like, cool, we'll talk later. So, Kote is about that shit. Next up, FNAF. Five Nights at Freddy's. This is the one where you can see it already. While being an incredibly successful franchise with a huge fan base and a lot of monetization, I mean, customers, that's a joke. Look at this joke I made. Absolutely. Springtrap would be the killer, and then you have Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, Chica, the base 4, and then you have the withered versions of them from FNAF 2. That's 8. I don't know if you could do Mangle. Probably not, so we'll leave her out of it. You could do Phantom animatronics from FNAF 3. That's 4 more. That's 12. Nightmare variants. That's 4 more from FNAF 4. That is 16. Sister location, you could have Funtime Foxy, Ballora maybe, Baby definitely, Ennard maybe. That's another 4. That's 20. You could have 20 legendary skins for one goddamn character. For Springtraps, turn one character into 21. That's a lot of money. But FNAF wouldn't break the internet like Pyramid Head did. It's just not a franchise that's popular with everyone. Plus, it would just be Springtrap and maybe a map. There isn't a main protagonist that could be a survivor unless Security Breach has an actual main character. At this point in time, for Security Breach doesn't have a goddamn release date, and there's really no information out there. Also, I guess 22, you could have Vanny, and then the other 4 animatronics from Security Breach. So that's like 26. All I'm saying, Kote, is there is money here on the table, and Scott, I believe Scott Cawthon has said he's open to listening. So do with that information what you will. I would love to see Springtrap and DVD, but FNAF isn't a 5th anniversary chapter. It's just not as popular with everyone. There are some people who will see this chapter and be like, I'm good for this, this chapter. I'm not playing, so thanks. Not 5th anniversary. I'd say it's a mid-December chapter. I think it would be a Ghostface situation where it's like, hey, here's Springtrap. That's it. There's no... the pizzeria would be dope. I think that's the only map you could really do. So there's that. Number... what are we on? 3? 3, I believe. Xenomorph. Alien chapter is the most wanted and most anticipated chapter of all time. That is actually factual. Xenomorph is one of, if not the most iconic monsters of all time. It is. If you could point me to another monster that's not, I guess, Predator? Predator would be fucking dope in Dead by Daylight, actually. Huh. Most iconic monster of all time, countless hit movies, mind you, 3 of them. An incredible monster designed by H.R. Giger, the amazing setting of space, oh, and the most badass protagonist of all time in Ripley. Yeah. We could have Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode in the same game as Sigourney Weaver's Ellen Ripley. Yeah. Yeah. The first final girl in Laurie Strode and the most badass protagonist, male or female, in Ellen Ripley. Chapter announcement with the alien, could be the queen, could be a hunter or a drone, doesn't matter as long as it's not a Predalien. Do not do Predalien or Prometheus or that other alien movie that sucked. Don't do that. Do not do that. But the chapter announcement with the alien as killer, with Ellen Ripley as survivor, and a spaceship like the Nostromo or Sevastopol Station from Alien Isolation, that would destroy the internet. Hey, a joke about my dick. I've got a half chub just thinking about it. There's another joke, a sexy joke later. Don't worry. The problem, Disney owns the rights. Yep, abso-fucking-lutely. The Alien Queen is a Disney princess, and so is Ripley. Take that with what information you will. I do not know how hard it would be to make a deal with the House of Mouse. Obviously, there are open to video games that are M-rated. Alien Fire Team is a thing. I don't know much about that. It looks like just like a horde mode, like Gears of War. And that is obviously coming out this year or next year, so it's under the House of Mouse. And a thing that isn't a direct competitor to DBD. Yeah, that's not a direct competitor to Dead by Daylight. I'm not saying abandon all hope. You want an Alien chapter, just don't hold your breath for too long. It could happen. All of these could happen. I can see Xenomorph, FNAF, Candyman. The next one, not so much. But I could see an Alien chapter happening. These are all still on the table for like next year. I'm not losing hope on any of these. If they're like, yo, March's chapter, chapter 5.3 or whatever it will be is Springtrap, I'll be like, yeah, okay, I see it. That's cool. Next is one I don't see coming for a while. It's Jason Voorhees. I don't see that happening very new. Or at all. It wouldn't just break the internet, it would obliterate it. Absolutely goddamn accurate. It would cement DBD as the asymmetrical horror game. Absolutely accurate. Sidebar, little annotation here. Whatever company that made F13, the Friday the 13th game, has said they are continually working on ways to make asymmetrical horror games better. So it sounds like they are making another game, or they have resumed work on F13, which is maybe this makes this prediction a little less unlikely. They would have 10+ movies to work with, so cosmetic and survivor options galore, and unlike Freddy, no one would get upset with them using the Platinum Dunes version of Jason. So long as they include Uber Jason from Jason X. Jason in Space is a good movie. Everybody shits on it for clout. It's a good movie. Although I guess I'm saying that for clout as well. Yeah, Platinum Dunes Jason looks like normal Jason. So, nothing there. Yeah, the biggest hurdle is the same hurdle as F13 has. They had to stop making content for F13 back in 2018 because of a lawsuit involving the rights to Friday the 13th. Very true. TLDR, the rights to the franchise up in the air, so there's a lawsuit over who gets the rights. Lawsuit is supposed to get underway in early 2020, but unfortunate circumstances, the trial got delayed and probably postponed indefinitely due to COVID. That unfortunate circumstance is one of the 3 judges unexpectedly passed away. So it was put on hold for that, and I'm assuming it's still postponed indefinitely for COVID reasons. That lawsuit is a shit show. I forgot what it is. I think it's like the writer of the first movie and the director of the first movie are like, no, Jason is my creation, and they're just fighting that out for all of time apparently. Even though whoever made Friday the 13th Part 2 should have the rights to the iconic Jason that we know and love. Like, for obvious reasons. Spoilers. Jason isn't the killer in the first movie. It's a fun fact that it's used at every, like, trivia night in the world. So, technically the guy who did the second movie should own the rights to that Jason. I think that's actually how the team at Friday the 13th game did it. They just went to like the individual people who did the creations for those Jasons and got it that way, and then I think Lionsgate lost the rights or let the rights lapse. Who goddamn knows? If you have Google, you do. So there's that. Kote has said in the past that Jason has an open invitation to DVD. So while he isn't an option right now, the option still exists. Jason is my favorite slasher icon. F13 is the movie I popped my horror cherry on, so without a doubt, I will jizz in my pants when he gets announced for DVD. I just don't think it will be this year. The 6th anniversary, though, that's another topic altogether. Absolutely. If this court stuff gets resolved, then, you know, I didn't force. Nobody fucking saw a Pyramid Head coming, and yeah, Resident Evil, that wasn't even on my radar. I was so dead set with, oh, it's gonna be Candyman. Obviously, it's Candyman because Candyman has been rumored for like a 1,000 years right now. So everything is up in the air. Everything is possible. It's not an option right now, but the option still exists, as I said. Now for the number one, my number one guy of who is bigger than Pyramid Head and what cements me as a Dead by Daylight soothsayer. I sip the tea is done, I read the tea leaves and go, Nemesis. Is Nemesis as big as Pyramid Head? Yeah, they stand toe-to-toe in terms of popularity, both within their respective franchises and out of it. Yeah. Absolutely. Like, Resident Evil 4 is the game that got me into the horror genre, along with not Dead by Daylight, whoops, Dead Space and BioShock. Those are the three pillars of my horror game. Well, I guess I'll pop my horror game cherry on. I wrote this script at like 5 in the morning, it seems. Like, I played RE4, but even before that, I knew who Nemesis was. Because he's like, he is the Pyramid Head of that franchise. Like, you think of like, oh, big bad villains not named Wesker from Resident Evil. It's like, oh, it's Nemesis. It's Nemesis. Nobody goes, Dad Baker from Resident Evil 7? Ma Baker from Resident Evil 7? No. People are gonna go, Lady Demetriou. Or Dimitri, I guess is the official pronunciation. The fucking 10-foot tall lady everybody wants to sit on them. That lady, big vampire lady. Everybody's gonna say that now, but the OGs, it's Nemesis. Absolutely, it's Nemesis. So, much like Konami, Capcom aren't really known for sharing the toys. That's absolutely correct. And a Resident Evil chapter was put into question when RE3 Remake released with Project Resistance, a game I played one match for. I was gonna make a video on it for this channel. I was seriously, I took those 2 or 3 months off of Dead by Daylight. I was actually gonna make Resident Evil Resistance content for this channel, but I like downloaded the game, the update. I was like, hey, let me look up some starter tips, and the first headline was, oh, the game's dead. The devs have killed the game. Capcom killed it. So I was like, oh, well, shit. Project Resistance RE's take on asymmetrical horror games, but apparently Capcom didn't give a shit about it, about that mildly successful game before, because before RE8's announcement, the devs released their final update for Resistance, and with RE8's unveiling, Capcom announced that RE8 will be releasing with a new multiplayer game, Reverse, which looks like a typical third-person shooter with RE characters. It does, and it is. I haven't played it, but I can guarantee, yep. Will we get an RE chapter? I went from no way in hell to there's a pretty good chance in the span of 9 months. Anything's possible right now. Fuck, I called it, man. I called it. And I'm gonna say it right now. At 10:50 p.m. April 15th, Nemesis is the killer. Abso-freaking-lutely. You can make the debate, Nemesis over Mr. X, and Mr. X over Nemesis. No. 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 They're gonna fake us out, and it's gonna be fucking William Birkin. That's what they're gonna do. It will be one of those fucking Battletoads from RE3 Remake. The one you fight in the hospital as Carlos. Yep. It's gonna be one of them things. But my money, if I was a betting man, I'm not, because I'm terrible with money. Nemesis. It's absolutely Nemesis. The takeaway from this video is that there's so many possibilities for the anniversary announcement, and they are all great choices. That is absolutely accurate. I said up here, I had to narrow down my list of just 5 franchises at a countless number. That is absolutely true. I could have said Candyman, and then the next sentence, I could have said Hellraiser, and then the next sentence, I could have said FNAF, Xenomorph, and then Predator. Jason Voorhees, Nemesis, the fucking Boxman from Evil Within. Like, there's so many other, like, horror properties that you could just do and would be accepted. So there's that. Now let's, I've been recording for 25 minutes, talking for 25 minutes straight. Quickly let's talk on what could be in this chapter. I expect a map. I think this chapter, chapter 20, could break all of their rules. I think we could get two killers, Mr. X and Nemesis. They'd be named the Nemesis and the Tyrant, because technically Mr. X is not his name, it is the Tyrant. Get two survivors, Leon and Claire, and they would come day one, release legendary skins of Jill and Chris, and you get two maps. You get the inside of RCPD from RE2, and then you get the streets of Raccoon City from Resident Evil 3. Or you want to do like Arkley Manor? I don't see that happening, because I think we're gonna stick with the remakes. Just like whoever the hell owns the rights to Nightmare on Elm Street, we're like, you have to use the Jackie Earle Haley Freddy from the Michael Bay remake. That's it. I expect Capcom to be like, you gotta use Nemesis from the RE3 remake and nothing else. And you get like the new updated models of Jill, Claire, I guess Chris would have to be from, spoilers for a game that was like 5 years ago, for Resident Evil 7. Chris from Resident Evil 7 at the end. Cause he looks like a big brick shithouse again in Resident Evil 8, I don't know why. And obviously you get young Leon, and obviously, Leon could come with a purple rarity costume that gives him his RE4 look, the iconic look. So they could do that. But what do I think will actually happen? I think we'll get a Stranger Things chapter like thing. It will be Nemesis with Resident Evil as a new realm. Maybe it's the inside of RCPD, because RE2 and RE3, RE2 more so, but both take place at some point in the Raccoon City Police Department. So I think we could get that as a map. That's another indoor map they could do, and fill it with loads of Easter eggs. And we'll get Jill and Leon, or Claire and Leon. I think Leon is a guarantee. I believe he's a guarantee, and I think it'll be Claire. So, as survivors. We're just over 4 weeks out from the stream though, so like I said at the top, I was half asleep on my couch watching the RE showcase, being like, there's the gameplay, oh that's cool, and I was like resting my head on my arm, eyes half open, like, oh yeah, Resident Evil anime, cool, it looks like Berserk, oh dope, oh man, it looks cool. It takes place 4 years after, or 2 years after Resident Evil 4. Oh, that's really interesting. That's neat. Nearly falling asleep. And then, you know, fuck it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it again. Because this is my exact thought process. They're like, alright. First of all, they showed off, like, oh, here's devs that we inspired. Like, okay, Last of Us people. Some other people. Like, I kind of just thought, like, it'd be interesting if Kote just showed up, like, hey, we want to thank them for being something that influenced us, yada yada. And my thought process was, and then I'd log on to Reddit and be like, just look at the fire that they've started of speculation. That's neat. And then, oh, that's a scream. That kind of looks like a, okay, that's a logo. And I'm like, okay, no, hold on. Like, oh, a scream, oh, they're doing a new game. I'm like, that looks like Sheltered Woods, kinda? I'm like, that, no way. And then we get this top down, I'm like, that's a fucking hook. Are you fucking shitting me? You what? I'm like, okay, yeah, give me, give me. Jizz in my pants. New chapter, June 2021, Dead by Daylight Cross Resident Evil. Yes, I fucking marked out my dudes. like, yeah. Yeah, well, this is news to me because they didn't show this. Because it immediately cut to Kote, talking about, like, yeah, tune into our 5th anniversary announcement live stream May 25th, and you will get the skinny on the chapter. I'm extremely excited. Like, holy shit. I'm super excited for this. That'll do it for this video. I just wanted to kind of, like I said, pull back the curtain, show the script of what a dead video looks like. A happily deceased video, because, one, less work for me, and I could just sit here and bullshit. Because I was legit like, alright, I got it mostly scripted out. I would, like, record a bunch of games as Pyramid Head and, like, make a montage of the best moments and bah, 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 bah. Now it's just like, I can just read along my script and yeah, there we go. That's how I write. That's, I guess, pull back the curtain. Most of these discussion videos are scripted, because if I don't, I'm gonna lose track. If you've ever seen one of my multiplayer videos, whether it be DBD or on the main channel, I start to get on a topic and then, ooh, a shiny penny is on the floor. What was I talking about again? I don't know. It's a bad habit. Yeah. Again, I wasn't expecting to sit down and make this, so I got everything off the cuff. But I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think, 1, the killer will be, 2, what their ability would be, and what their perks could be. Because that's, I think, the most interesting thing. Like, what the ability, like, oh man, yeah, Pyramid Head's in the game. Oh, cool, he's got a range thing. He sends you to a cage. That's all referential. His add-ons, his perks, rather, suck. So there's that. I'm hoping he comes with some good gear. I'm hoping he's a fun, interesting killer. I'm hoping it's Nemesis. That way I can be like, God damn it, I was right again. Also, I tweeted it out. Like, hold on. Report once again. There it is. I'm a goddamn soothsayer. January 21st, 2021. I believe that was the first RE showcase of the year. Maybe first in general. Really cool to see Capcom giving other devs a chance to use the RE license. On a completely unrelated note, when is Dead by Daylight's anniversary stream? Fucking called it. I want to thank you all for watching. I've kept you for far longer than I ever anticipated. So, let me know what you thought. Hook that like button more, the subscribe button, bing bong the bell. Gameplay will return eventually. Soon. I did 2 talkie videos out of the past 3 videos. So I will see you in the fog. Good luck.